under a rock, you know.
Well,
Speaking of which, we're going to change the subtopic to the rave cave. But before we do that, we're going to talk about raves in the UK, because they've been building up and been quite large, and it's like a competition between Norway and the UK, right? But
oh,
you know, in Norway,
30-hour-long illegal rave. What the fuck? Okay, like the competition is obviously won by the UK then.
yeah, but it's like 3,000 people crammed together in a forest. How you don't have enough police for that? You need the whole army.
Yeah, bring in the troops for that one.
Bring in the troops. It's like they came in with the dirt bikes and everything. But
Holy shit.
I got to show you some of the photos. It's like, oh yeah, we don't care. See, take a photo. See all the police.
3,000 people. Awesome.
They probably needed all the police from South Wales to get together.
Yeah.
But no, it says rave at Banwen is over. And I'm not even going to try in my Welsh at the moment because it's a bit sketchy. Defwed poise is the best way I can do it. So sorry, Welsh, if you're listening. Teams have done a fantastic job this weekend of clearing the huge area from 3,000 strong illegal gathering. Thank you to all involved. 22 people have been reported under the COVID legislation with a max fine of £10,000. And £10,000 works out as 118,000 krones. Has anybody got 118,000 krones?
No.
I don't think so. Anyway, well, in Norway's quite famous for the rusbus, and and this was a picture taken in 2013, right by Holman and Asker. So I just wanted to show our viewers, you know, what these rusbus people do, and the fact that they'll gather together. They still did this during COVID. Nobody cared, right?
Yeah.
They still partied. They still got their buses, but they didn't gather like two buses together. They'd go their separate ways.
Yeah, you know what happened? I think this Rusebus is normally happening like up to the 17th of May, right? Like the until National Day, and that's when the students graduate or something.
Absolutely.
Before that, they go around on these buses. But this time they could not do that. And what I noticed is that somehow they were doing this whole Rusbus thing afterwards. Like during summer, I've seen several of these buses going around, and I was like, what the hell? Like, this is not the season for it. So probably during summer when they relaxed all these restrictions and everything, they did this. Like, they must have had some gatherings and all that shit, because nobody cared.
No, they didn't. We were carefree. We didn't give a damn. So I find it really weird how all of a sudden we ended up with a rave cave. I mean, I'm sort of like, yeah, I'm gonna show you like pictures of this rave cave, right? Yeah, so if I show you the video without any sound, because I don't want us to get like told off. They held this like thing, rave cave, with all this neon stuff. Rave cave, see how cheesy that is with the lights and stuff? Unbelievable. I find it incredible that they would go underground, that they felt the need to go underground and party. But apparently, it was too many of them. They invited about 125.
But the problem was that their generator was producing all this smoke.
Absolutely.
So they started suffocating or something, right?
Yeah, because I've also got like Oslo cave
Yeah,
leaves
diesel
dozens
generator.
in hospital with carbon monoxide poisoning. You were so right. Did your homework there, man. You see, I, I feel as though I wouldn't call it a suicide pact. I would call it like initiative. They were trying to take the initiative, but what it was the layout of the actual place. Because it turns out that the layout of the cave was a bit dangerous. So I'm going to
Yeah,
try and show you. This layout is like, it had a narrow entrance, 1 meter by 1 meter. And so the exit, they had the generator go through. And that's how they ended up getting a bit stuffy. Yeah.
I think the last thing on the mind of the like organizers of rave party like this is public safety and following regulations regarding that and all that shit. I mean, like if I was to do an illegal party, then okay, you might want to try following the regulations, but it's still a fucking illegal party. So it's I mean, I'm not gonna cast any stones on the organizers for that one because they knew that to begin with this was nothing, you know, in accordance with the regulations and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
It's against this whole gathering restriction, and of course, like if they don't have any like exit routes or stuff, like I'm not surprised. I mean, it's not good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, like I'm not trying to defend the organizers or anything. But if I was to do this, like I would have done pretty much the same. I'm pretty sure, except for the diesel generator, maybe. But other than that, yeah.
There is no problem going underground. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just a claustrophobic person. If I saw an entrance that thin, I'll be like, how do I do this? Do I climb through? Do I shimmy through? What the heck is this? And why?
Yeah.
It's a bit tight. I don't know how you get drunk people down there as well.
I don't. To be fair, I don't know how you even enjoy yourself in a setting like this. Because like a few years ago, when I moved in here, like there used to be some parties here in the student village, and there was a particularly like notorious place where they held these parties. Was like some out in the basement of one of the buildings, and like once I went down there, bunch of people dancing, shitty music. It was completely dark. Nobody had these, like these fancy lights or anything. So just people just dancing in there, but it was so crowded, and there was like literally like no air to breathe at all. And I don't know, like I left after like a minute or something because like fuck this shit. And there was no diesel generators. I think it was a basement with lots of people. So I don't know, like, but that's, I mean, if you dig that, then like good for you. But for me, this is death, and in general, like this whole disco thing for me, it's I never understood that, but maybe you did. I don't know.
I mean, I've got an appropriate meme just to show everybody, all the viewers, of what that actually looks like. Looks like a suicide pact, really. And it's funny because Reddit Norway put it on there, and they're known to be very, very left. So I would have thought that they would have not taken. But they got a sense of humour on there, so
something like that.
just to make light of the topic, there were 25 people that were.
Yeah, but like if, however, they did not use these diesel generators, and there would not have been any issues, then like all this complaining about the exit routes and nothing, it would not come up. It's just because they fucked it up. But if they were successful, then nobody would have said a word. Or it's not like it would have made the headlines. Illegal rave party happened with improper exit through emergency exit routes or something like this. This would not have made the headlines, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's all like the headlines always come up when there's a tragedy happening. And actually, like several years ago, we had something similar happening in Hungary. The thing is, the regulations for these gatherings, well, they might have been a bit too lenient or something. And then I think in one of the clubs, there was some fire alarm going off or something, and the place is so crammed that while the people were leaving, I think 2 or 3 people died because people just stomped over them.
Mm-hmm.
So and then afterwards there was some public debate about this, and then they became a bit stricter with attendance of concerts and these events and all that shit. So yeah, but up to that point it was alright.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the rules and regulations have been way too tight for people during COVID-19. So, I mean, everybody's got a right to party. They got a right to they got their freedom of speech, they've got their freedom of choice, freedom of beliefs, and everything feels as though they don't have the freedom to party. So I feel like parts of me feel sorry for them, but in a way, everyone seems to be cramped in one particular place. It's not very good right now. It's not very healthy. Things are not that great, So
absolutely.
I just want to share one more bit with you because this is going to be the important bit. This is the fact that I don't know. We come to a time where everything is so enclosed. There's no concerts. There's just online music festivals and
fuck that. Today Behemoth is doing this big thing where they I think play in a church or something, and they're super excited about it as always about everything. But oh man, I want the real deal.
You want the real deal? But do you want the real deal because you're closer to people who like the same music as you? Or
Yes. It's I can't really explain it because I don't it's not like I go over to all the random people to just talk about music or anything, but I realize that it's part of the the experience to just be among those people who enjoy the same music. And I don't know. I like that, and it's I really miss that. And the music, of course, it's the core, but without this social element, well, I don't know. These live concerts, they don't do the trick for me. Except, of course, if there is something funny, like Devin Townsend was doing some home sessions all alone, he just he played I think 3 concerts actually. He, of course he has everything pre-recorded other than the vocals and the guitars, so he was playing the guitar, and it was sort of funny, but then again it's still not the real deal. So it was enjoyable, but yeah, come on.
I mean, I do miss the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I miss the mosh pits.
Yeah, well, okay, and then you're in the wrong country already.
No, because I keep reminding you of this. Remember last year at Tons of Rock, right?
Oh yeah, Testament, yeah.
Testament, that was brutal. It covered the
Yeah.
stage, like it, and they did the caterpillar, right? so there's me thinking, oh yeah,
Into the pit!
they were running at full speed with doing this,
Yeah, it was awesome.
and there's like human caterpillar just going all the way around. It's brutal, man.
Yeah, that was something. But that's really rare. I mean, let's face it. It's like, I think like these mosh pits like only happen like during these festival performances where these super motivating American bands come over and then like they do their shit. I mean, Norwegian artists like whenever they play here, like they know that like Norwegian crowds won't be doing shit to their music, so they don't even inspire anybody to do that. And then like all these hardcore and thrash metal Americans come over and they're like, okay, let's open the fucking pit, people. And then like, of course, there's something happening.
Yeah, but there was like a moment in time when we had so much good stuff happen to us. And I've got to say that, talking about mainstream bands, because we're going to go on to the next topic of talking about mainstream bands, because we're now past that COVID-19 rebellionism, where everybody go underground.
We're like, we're beyond.
We're beyond that stage now. Now you're telling me that you had to go to concerts, right? and actually wait. But what's that all about? You went to a concert last night, and
Yeah. Like I went to Rock In, and well, no, everything went alright, but it was just, like I was complaining earlier. It's so this arrangement was like a seated concert. So like there were a few tables, and actually, I think there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5, 6 tables that like that are in front of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
But the layout of Rockin', right? So like once you come up the stairs, to your left there are these tables where like they just put out a screen, and the people sitting at that area, they were actually watching the screen. They were watching the live concert going on the screen.
okay.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's like a live, they sat in to watch a live concert being projected on the screen, because like the architectural properties of the place would not allow for them to see the actual performers. So I think it was so absurd in a way that
I know that they have that all the time. Like they have the screen.
Yeah. So you see, like the people sitting in the front, of course, they see the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the ones sitting in the back, like they were watching the screen. It was just, oh no, man. Like,
Because it's right in the corner. The screen is. I'm trying to get the picture. But yeah, I know where you mean. It's like right on the left-hand side.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So
I don't know, like okay, like this is an absurd point of the whole thing, but the other thing that I found to be quite, I don't know, like weird or absurd as well was this. Okay, so we go in, sit down, tables for 5, chatting away, all that stuff. Everybody's ordering through the phone. Like nobody actually walks up to the bar to or something. It's like, well, it's not happening. And then of course the crew of the bar, they go around like running around with all the beers during the entire night, of course during the concert too, and it like it was sort of like a parody of these, like eloquent restaurants and places where you would walk in with your, I don't know, like with your wife or husband or whatever, and then you have a fancy dinner while someone is playing the piano in the background, or a fancy lady singing some beautiful songs and all that shit. And now we did this in metal, and it was like, I don't know, like it was kind of funny.
I mean,
It's because I think metal is a much more like an active type of music. So like you can't you can't have a conversation. It's like the reason why metal may not be that like as popular as other genres is because you can't have it as background music.
no, definitely not.
Yeah, so like if you're listening to fucking Slayer, Raining Blood, then like everybody starts headbanging. Like it's not like, oh yeah, okay, like in the background there's this pleasant music going on, but we're talking about I don't know, like economy or social inequities and all that shit. No, like when Slayer Raining Blood comes on, then Slayer is in focus, and it applies to like
Most bands, really.
most bands, yeah. So and then they're like like. Okay, so the band is on stage, they're playing, people sitting at their tables, drinking their beers and all that stuff.
What's the seating like, though? Because this is the kind of question that everybody else has. Are you allowed to sit next to someone, or you?
Yeah, you're allowed, but during concerts, you cannot move around. So, like, if some of your friends are at another table, then you're not supposed to be going over. And I don't know, like, it was pretty weird because, as far as I understood, they said that during concerts, you're not supposed to be going to the toilet either. But people were, like, coming and going, so I was like, what the hell's going on?
How are you supposed to not go to the loo? That's
like okay, I don't know, but maybe I was wrong or something. But yeah, so like people are coming and going, but yeah, you're not supposed to be standing up either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but in between, like okay, like there was some mixing because like the company I was with, it was way too big for one table. So like we had to like go from table to table to like talk to one another, and yeah, so it is what it is. I have to say it's a rather weird experience.
Yeah, I feel as though everyone's slipping into this coma of accepting it. You know what I mean? You're accepting a lot, but
Like, is this becoming the norm?
yeah, do you know what I mean? We're back to that normalization part of Yuri's conversation. Like, are we really on the fourth stage now? Because I don't even remember us writing.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
remember anybody rebelling.
no, of course not. Nobody's gonna be rebelling because it's very easy to defend this virus, caution point. Like like if you're gonna rebel against it, then you're dumb because then you're possibly putting other people's lives in danger by spreading the virus, right?
Yeah,
And, yeah, it makes sense.